This is another episode of Just Jossin Around. I have two of my good friends in comedy, Noe Ramirez and Colton Rykovsky.
Woo.
Yes.
We're doing it.
Oh, that was cute. That was really, I liked it. It was like a Mario little jump. It was cute. I'm excited to have you on. I want to address something. I want Colton to have his Meghan Markle moment because respectfully, you were silenced, okay?
No, I was not silenced. I was mentioned for a good chunk of one of your podcasts, and a lot of things were said that I disagree with.
I'm saying you were silenced because that happened, and then I went on a hiatus.
That's true.
And you didn't have the opportunity to do respond.
But every week I was like, when is this happening?
When is this happening? Yeah.
I've honestly lost some of the fire that I had originally, so it's probably good.
Yeah, that's like...
You've had time to heal from it.
Yeah.
I mean...
I don't care about other people's opinions, you know?
To be clear, I didn't hear what it was, so if you want to recap...
Let's recap.
Yeah, I was just...
I don't want to say what they said because
you say it.
I was just called out for getting in a relationship and then, you know...
Oh, okay.
So
and then not being funny ever since, apparently.
Oh, I do remember this.
We had two girls, Sam and Jenna. They come to like most of the backline stuff.
I met them.
You met them?
Yeah.
And they came on here, made wild accusations of Colton losing his zest for comedy over a lady.
It's back, all right?
And I would just like to say, I brought it up in the next episode, but Colton did show up to the mic the next week with a haircut. I think you should.
No, that's what pissed me off too. Is you do another episode, you don't give me time to respond, and then you just keep it going. They're gone.
Compound
you can't even put it on them.
It's not fair. I'm with you, dude. I'm with you.
That's complete coincidence. I shaved my beard just because I wanted to. I don't care about their opinions. Okay.
Everyone was complimenting you too. They're like, dude, you look
Colton, you look committed today.
It's fine.
You look like a comedian.
But the biggest issue I had was they called me out on the 420 open mic.
I wanted to talk about that. Yeah.
Earlier this year, they said that like I thought I did good. They thought I
You had the confidence of you doing well.
No, I didn't. Like, I was dying. That's what that was. It was me dying up there. Like, this is horrible. What am I saying right now?
Yeah.
I don't like when I'm misrepresented as confident ever. That's not what I am.
I don't ever want to.
I am never confident.
Like that.
That's funny.
So you were on stage and they thought that you thought you did well.
Yeah, and I didn't.
That's such a funny accusation.
That is a funny
accusation. I don't like that you look like...
You think that was good?
You thought that went well. It's like, no. I thought it went better than I was expecting.
Oh, you're a comedian?
I wonder what your body language was that they were like, this cocky motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
He's just tall.
Yeah. He just had good posture. Yeah, they were like, this guy.
I can't stand this.
That's funny. I do, that made me think of, though, like, you were high. When you were high?
Plead the fifth.
No, it's fine. You both are 420 friendly. Hurrdat doesn't care. We can talk about marijuana.
Good.
This is a 420 friendly couch of comedians.
Okay.
I've maybe done it in the past.
I literally...
I've maybe done it in the past.
Maybe. If I do weed, I'm taking my name off the list. I can't do stand-up high. Like, I feel like you regularly...
More accusations.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I'm kidding. Like, doing it?
Does it help?
No. Never.
I feel like for me, it's just like there's already like a base level of anxiety from stand-up, and then it's like you do the weed, and it's like, hope they don't find out.
I think it's like, I think it's either one can happen. Like, most times it's bad. The thing with, I think, stand-up in general is most times, even when you're not on anything, it's going to be bad. It's not going to be, like, the first time you tell a joke, it's rarely good. You know what I mean? You got to tell it a bunch of times before it's good. So, yeah, like, if you do it just sober, it's going to be bad. So then, if you add anything to it, it could go either way. I think sometimes it can go worse where you forget what you're talking about and you just end up rambling about nothing, and then you get off stage 2 minutes early because you don't know what to think anymore. Or sometimes it's just right. It's like you have too much anxiety, and doing that makes it go away just a little bit. Like it removes you from the worry of what are people gonna think, to just the worry of, okay, how am I gonna say this?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I think maybe if you're stressed out about the audience, then maybe smoke a little bit of weed. But if you're stressed out about your jokes, don't smoke any weed because you're gonna forget.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's a good point.
That sounds like, honestly, like if I were to be like kidnapped and tortured, it would be take this edible and write new jokes and go do that. That would be.
I would be like if I get high and I like write, I get so excited about the material.
Yeah.
And if I ever do it, and then it's like, oh, that was.
It just doesn't hit.
No.
But I can no longer do weed because I am prone to mental issues. Jesus Christ.
That's okay though.
I feel you.
It sucks. I do kind of miss it a little bit. It's just because like when you're in the circle with everyone, it's like you want to join in. But whatever. I used to smoke and just like write. And then, the next day, look at it and be like, wow, this is dog shit.
Yeah. I've tried like writing just ideas when sober, and then when I'm high, I'll flesh stuff out.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, so if I have a couple whatever premises, I will write them down when I'm good, and then everything seems funnier. So maybe it works. I don't know if it's like a proven method or not. But
like weed makes like all your thoughts seem important. So you're like, oh, this is a really good. This is gonna be a solid bit. And you're like, oh wait, no, it isn't.
No, I feel like I'm at my best. Maybe one beverage in.
Yeah,
like
get a little bit, just a little bit,
just a little like.
What's your go-to beverage? Like if you're gonna rip a set, let's say you got to do 15 minutes, and there's a big crowd, and you're a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
Well, what are we drinking?
Sugar-free vodka Red Bull.
Okay.
Sugar-free.
Sugar-free. Because I don't know why. I'm just like, that's a lot of sugar. Because I'll drink a couple of those. I'll drink a lot. But I have to chill out with vodka. I'm on hiatus from vodka.
From vodka?
Sunday night, I drank a lot of vodka sodas and made a lot of really bad choices. I'm not going to talk about it on the podcast, but
I like a good gin and tonic.
Oh, my gosh,
they look cool also. You're on stage holding a short glass with a lime in it.
Yes.
You look like you know what you're talking about.
Yes.
It's refreshing.
My favorite, this is, I don't know, but the gin at Teehee's, they have this mulberry gin, and it's absolutely delicious, and I've been thinking about it ever since I had it. Yummy. It's so good. But yeah, I do love a stage bev. I feel like if I'm like really nervous though about a show, like if it's like important to me, I'm not drinking. I'm drinking water. I'm
trying to do like just sober. So like I want to know it's me and not like a substance that's making me anything. Because like sometimes I feel like alcohol will make me like riff a little bit different. It kind of like it takes that barrier down. So you're like, oh yeah, and then you feel so good about it, and then like it wasn't that great, and then
yeah.
But that's the thing with weed too. You're talking about like the if you're worried about the crowd, it's okay. But if you're worried about the material, like the only time I've ever done good on weed was when I was like confident in the material.
Yeah.
And then I kind of like riffed between bits that I was confident in.
Yeah.
Then I was like, it's scary because it's like I don't want like that wasn't me. I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes also like when you're gonna do a bit, the problem with writing, I guess, for me at least, is it feels like if you say something and it makes you laugh, then objectively it's funny. It is funny. Mm-hmm. But then for that to work on stage, you have to carry like everything that made that funny, including the context, the circumstances of where you were at, like the feeling of the moment when you said it the first time that made it funny. You have to recreate all of that. Mm-hmm. And if you're working on that part and you throw in a controlled substance, it makes it really hard to know what parts to include, and then you're rambling about details that don't matter.
Yeah.
I will say at open mics, I don't care. I don't care. Like it's fine, especially at the Duffy's open mic in Lincoln. That is my loosest you will ever find me because it's 50% off all drinks. And so I just love to go up there and just talk to people. But it gets, then it gets to the point where it's like I've said things where I'm like, okay, well that was too far. Now it's not funny anymore. I feel like we to like steer the conversation, I feel like we all started around the same. You guys started 5 months before me?
I think so.
Yeah, that's why I started about the started about the exact same time.
I feel like the group of comics now, like I think of like Brianna and like Julia and all that. You guys all like started around the same time. Yeah. What was your first impression of doing a mic? Like, what was like the first mic you went to? How did that go? What was that set like?
First one was May 2021, and then I didn't do it again for 2 months, and then it took me another month to do a third one. Then after that third one, I did it 2 or 3 times a week for months.
Yeah.
So it was just like the first time was like I did it at the Dubliner. That's out.
Horrifying.
Yeah, it was Tony Geist was hosting, and I went there just to watch, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I can't do it. Yeah. And I was just sitting there, and he walks up, he's like, hey, do you want to get on the list? I was like, well, got to do it.
Yeah.
And it was terrifying.
Were there just horrible comics there, or was there an audience?
Yeah, I think so. I don't even remember who was there, but it was like 6 people, and I think they're all comics.
That's scary. That's actually a nightmare situation.
Yeah, a dark basement with like 6 people just staring at you.
Mm-hmm. Who've all done it before, like, yeah.
I'm up there like, these aren't jokes. That's why it took me so long, because like, I got to write stuff, and I did it again. I was like, I got to write more stuff.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I did it. My first one was at Dubliner. Matt Blevins was hosting that night, and it went. I remember thinking like, I would listen to a ton of comedy podcasts and hear people talk about doing stand-up. And I think Tom Segura say that if you get off stage and you're not sure if you want to do it again, then it's not for you. Yeah. And I got off stage, and I remember not even remembering that, but just thinking like, oh, I want to do this again. Like, I want to try, like, not even like, oh, this was so good. It was more of like, I think I could do it better if I do it one more time.
Yeah.
And I think, and then I remember that night, Matt Blevins shared, you know how Down Under here in Omaha has like a 15-minute spot you can get? We split a 15-minute one that same night. And
really? Yeah. So you doubled up on the first night.
Dude.
Wow.
You were instantly on the grind, racking up minutes.
Go to the Down Under too.
Yeah, that was bad.
Second ever night.
I remember that one. That room is cool because, like, some days it's packed and people are listening. Yeah. And some days you're talking to the bartender.
They could be so nice, and sometimes they're just yelling while you're trying to talk. And the sound guy's yelling at the crowd, like, hey, guys, can we respect the stage? And like, no, fuck you.
They were like, no, but thank you for asking.
When I was 19, I went to the Down Under because I was like, I want to do comedy. It took me, like, years to, like, build up the confidence to go up. But I was like, I want to do comedy. I went and put my name on the Down Under list. And then, like, right before they called me, I just walked out of the bar. I was like, I'm not doing this. Do you remember what your first set was about? Do you still tell jokes from your first set?
I don't tell jokes from the first set, but I do remember what it's about. It was bad. It was just like, I think it was something about my dog. I think it was about how
you were just doing a Seinfeld bit?
Yeah, probably. It was just like, my dog gets excited when I come home. Something about that.
I think I remember that one.
That's funny. Colton, do you remember?
No, just a bunch of random stuff I just had written down. Like, I remember one bit was about getting a 23andMe.
Okay.
And
you don't have a bit about that now?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I've seen that done too many times now. That one's in the trash.
Yeah, the first time I went, I'm not gonna lie, I like wrote word for word, rehearsed.
Same.
If I met someone like me, like when I first started, I would cringe a little bit. It was honestly bad because I would be like, I remember my roommates, who I did not like at the time, I'd be like, sit down. I'm literally going to tell you my set. Like, listen, I'm taking notes right now. But I was shitting bricks my first time. I went to Backline.
That was your first time?
Yeah. And it was full. That was really scary.
How'd it go?
I thought it went well. I mentioned this when I did the podcast with Cameron. Right after I got off, Ethan came up to me and was like, don't get an ego about it. But he told me, he was like, keep coming back, but like, watch your ego. Yeah. And I was like, okay. And then the second mic I did was Beach House, which we kind of talked about last night, but it was
Beach House.
Tough room.
No one who participates in Beach House listens to this podcast, so I'm just saying,
you're probably right.
I know that for a fact. But that mic is hell. I'm sorry.
The mic is bad openly. Everybody knows. It's okay.
Yeah, I think
gaping. Yeah.
Here's the thing. The shows there, though, bangers.
Shows
somehow.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand it. I've talked to Caleb about that before. I'm like, how do you have 0 people here for your open mic and then a sold out show on the weekend?
I don't get it. I did the one show at Beach House, which, what was it? It was Wired Pub.
Wired Pub.
Not gonna lie,
OGs.
I like Wired Pub.
Yeah, Wired Pub was a better name.
Yeah, Beach House makes no sense.
It doesn't.
It makes it even more depressing.
There's 0 beaches here.
No,
none.
I'm like, it feels like a empty warehouse.
Makes you wish I was somewhere else.
It's like the equivalent of Grand Island.
Yeah.
Is it though? You know?
Oh my gosh. Honestly though, I was gonna kind of bring this up. You said Grand Island, so I did a gig out there, and I love the people from Grand Island. Have you done shows out there? I feel like they're all older, so you think that they're going to be more conservative, but then they're all like swingers.
Yeah.
I did a show with like 3 other guys, and it was the way the older women were after me and not them. I was like, you guys are crazy out here.
Oh, that's funny.
And one guy literally took his pants off. He was having such a good time.
During the show?
Did he?
In the crowd? Wow.
Yes, he took his pants off.
You did a punchline. He was like, ha 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 ha.
No, like the headliner, it was Dan Alton. There was an ATM machine right behind him. They were pulling $100 bills to give to this guy. I've never seen a show like that before. It was crazy.
That's wild. Biggest bomb I've ever had, Grand Island.
Stop. Okay, I had it on my list because someone like ridiculed me for asking people about their bombs on the podcast, but I think it's funny. I love hearing people's bomb stories. They're so funny.
And if you like can't talk about it, then
that's what I'm saying.
You're soft.
Yeah, you need to remember them.
So what happened in Grand Island?
Shout out Jason Regan. He brought me the first ever like out of town gig I ever did.
Oh no, Brick House is not in Grand Island. Never mind.
Brick House is in Hastings, which is basically the same thing. Great room. Mm-hmm. But no, I did a spot in Grand Island with Jason Regan and Tyrell called 40 North. Mm-hmm. And it's like a restaurant. That place is conservative. And that's okay. Like, it was fun. But I was absolutely intimidated when I got there because there was like all sorts of MAGA stuff everywhere, and like there's like a signed Trump hat on the wall, and like just all sorts of signed. I just got in my head about it, you know. And it would have the people who were there didn't necessarily, I don't know if they necessarily shared those opinions. I mean, you know what I mean? They're customers. Yeah. I just got in my head about it, so. And at the time, I was doing a lot of material about like race and about white people, and I just like I didn't commit to it. I think I kind of was like unsure, and they could feel that. Mm-hmm. So even though I delivered everything, no one reacted to anything. It was like straight up silence for like 7 minutes, and I was supposed to do 15, and I did 7, and then it was so quiet that I couldn't think, because you know how when you're doing a set and it's going okay, and you're getting laughs, and as people are laughing, you have a little bit of a break, and you're like, okay, what's next? I didn't have a second. It was just quiet. So I was like, I can't stop talking. I'm the only noise in here. You know, it can't be quiet in here.
You said so I'm the only noise.
So I just kept talking, and then I couldn't remember whatever was next. And I remember I had to bring up Tyrell, and I was like, okay, I remembered one more joke. I was like, I'm going to do this joke. If it goes well, I'm gonna get off stage. Yeah. And if it bombs, I'm gonna get off stage. But I'm gonna get off either way. I'm gonna bring up Tyrell, but hopefully I can bring him up to a laugh. And I did the bit, and it got a laugh just enough for me to be like, all right, thank you very much, thank you for your time. Da, da, da. And like then when they realized I was done, they made some noise, and I brought up Tyrell. Yeah. And I remember I felt so bad. I apologized to Jason for 2 hours on the way home. I was like, bro, I am so sorry.
So like when like a bomb is happening, do you acknowledge it, or are you just powering through the material?
Now I think I acknowledge it. Or now I'll try to pick up on why. Is it just that is it the material, or is it something about, you know what I mean? I'll try to clue in on it, but sometimes it's too hard. Sometimes it's like there's a lot of pressure. There's a big room, and you want to, you know what I mean? You want to do well. So you try to just do something to make people laugh or something, but usually my go-to instinct is to just get through the next thing, because at least at this point you have a couple things that you know will work, so you'll do whatever one is you can remember. And
I feel like in rooms like that too, it's like you're almost like, I'm not gonna win here. Like the more, especially in like, Grand Island's not like rural, but like those like smaller towns, you're like, all right.
Yeah, we just did.
Oh yeah.
What?
He took me to become a cook. He took me to my first out of town gig.
Okay.
And
how'd it go?
About exactly as he just described in Grand Island.
I would say you guys, I brought Carter and I brought Colton as
dream team
to do. Yeah,
back to back too. Carter opens up and then here's the same guy with the beard.
Pick your battles. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. You can tell the story.
There's not much of a story. It was like we're on a patio in the back, and they all kind of reminded me of people I knew growing up. So like I was in my head about I want these people to like me and think I'm funny. And then like he said, like they just picked up on like the lack of confidence. Them going up there with like abortion jokes and which like surprisingly hit better than I expected. But still it was like I got laughs, but it wasn't like it didn't feel good. Like it wasn't like satisfying.
You know? I was gonna say you and Carter both did better than I did in Grand Island. Like you guys didn't. You guys, I know you guys wanted to do better, and it is what it is. But yeah, you guys got laughs. My favorite part, we brought Ross as well.
Oh, good.
My favorite part was that he has a slower pace and like he's not high energy. He's like kind of deadpan, but not exactly.
Yeah.
One of my favorite people in Omaha. Mm-hmm. But he did something and he did really well. And I remember afterwards he was talking to me about this yesterday, how the lady came up to him and was like, to Kiones, who headlined, she was like, you did great. She told me she liked my set. And then to him, Ross and Carter was like, you guys will be fine.
That's so funny.
I'm glad she acknowledged it. I'd rather her do that than like
you guys will
pretend we
fine.
don't exist.
Oh, dude.
She's like, I've been there.
But
you guys will be fine.
I don't know. It's intimidating though, because like it's older people always in these like small towns, and you're worried about and they didn't like the abortions. Like there is things they don't like. So like there is stuff that you do have to kind of tiptoe around. But they were still super nice. Like even that place we went to, they gave us they paid us. They gave us a place to stay.
Oh, that's nice.
Like they fed us afterwards. Like it's like a trailer park or an RV park with like a lake and like a marina where people go. I don't want any threats, dude.
They were living in campers, okay?
Yeah, it's exclusive. I learned that. But
probably swingers too.
Yeah, for real.
Honestly,
I don't know, and that's okay, dude. I don't judge. But it was cool. Like we were out there till like probably 1:30 in the morning, like in the dark, in the like the woods, eating steak.
Yeah, the one guy was like grilling steaks, and he would slice them up and then walk around the entire group of like 30, 40 of us and hand out slices. And he did that with probably like 10 steaks.
Salt of
just
the earth,
all night. He just kept doing that.
Nice.
And then find out the one guy that was drunk and like telling us stories, he had bought the cow from that guy that was cooking the steaks because he raised the steaks. And then here he is cooking the steaks. It's like beautiful circle of life in Western Nebraska.
Oh my gosh. That's like, that's a spiritual experience.
Yeah, it was cool.
Forget ayahuasca. Just go to McCook and
eat some steak.
Eat steak.
And bomb.
Yeah.
That was very spiritual.
That would heal me after a bomb, though.
Oh, it was nice. And then also, the last time we were there, this is our second time back. The first time we went with Rachel and them.
Yeah.
And there was this guy there, very nice guy, who like covered in tattoos. Like, bald head, skinny, white dude, just like head to toe. You could not find
Ripley's Believe It or Not
clear
level.
spot on his body.
Yeah.
And that guy gave us drugs last time we were there. And then this time around, I mentioned it, and everyone, he wasn't even there in the crowd. I just like did a bit of crowd work off of what happened last time, and everyone laughed because they knew he was there. And then like 10 minutes into my set, he shows up. And everyone starts laughing, and he didn't know why. And I think he got upset at the beginning. He was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I walked in, and he's like, "Are you the one talking shit about me out there?" I was like, "No, he's out there right now. He's saying good things."
Yeah, no, you were great.
It's like, you better be.
That's funny. I love like out of town gigs. I remember like the first one that I did was, I don't even remember it was like one of those like Nick Allen shows. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know how he finds these places to do these, like, just to do, I don't know, comedy. But I was still, like, pretty new. And I remember seeing just a bunch of, like, elderly women. It was, like, a coffee shop. And at the time, my material was how each of the, like, political parties fuck differently. And
I love that joke. That's a good joke.
That's a good one.
This is a monster poster or something like that?
Yeah. And so I was like, behind the building, I was like, Nick, like, Nick, my opening jokes about how Republicans are better in bed, and then he was like, "What?" no, he was like, "Do it." He was like, "I'm literally talking about butt stuff, so just warm them up." And I surprisingly went very well in that room, in that. I don't know if it was a Christian coffee shop, but it was a coffee shop with older women in it.
Yeah, I mean, safe bet.
But then I've also had shows where it's like they're at Backswing. At Backswing, the shows there, I've never pulled a younger crowd. It's always older crowds because I do a lot of like the advertisements.
Well, not many young people live out there. I guess, I don't know, in Lincoln. But
and it's a college town.
Yeah.
But like, so like, I'm like, but I do a lot of the advertisement for that show on Facebook. So then it's like, I can't act surprised when just over 60 years old people like show up. But there was one show I did. I was opening for this guy who was coming through, and he was a clean comic. I was not. And I remember one of the ladies pulling me to the side after, and she was like, it was just really hard for me to listen to your set because you just sound like my daughter. I was like, oh, so your daughter's really cool?
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. I was like, no, I think it was more along the lines of like, oh my God, I hope my daughter never becomes that. it was more that than anything, but I was like, okay.
You don't want to hear my daughter talking about that stuff.
Yeah,
so weird.
I was like, well, I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm here. Like I'm in a brewery.
I've had a lady tell me straight up, like, we did a terrible show, and everybody was, when we got there, it was one of those like surprise comedy shows where we booked it, the venue was supposed to tell people, and they didn't. God. So we show up,
surprise comedy.
There's 70 people in this restaurant, and then we start setting up speakers, and I'm looking around and people are staring at us. I'm like, I don't think these people know that we're doing a comedy show.
Live comedy is happening.
So I set the speakers up and I make an announcement. No bullshit, dude. By the time we started, there was maybe 10 people in there. Like, everybody bounced. Everybody's like, oh yeah, no,
we're not
thank
doing
you.
this.
So the few people that were there, the only lady who stayed was drunk as hell, and it was her birthday. So
beautiful
she was,
combination.
Yeah. And she was turning like 40. So what are we celebrating? You know what I mean? But that's fine. Whatever. She was super excited, was talking. I remember Rachel, who you just had on, she was doing that show with me. The only show she's ever bailed on. She was supposed to do a certain amount of time. I don't remember how much. But I remember she was going way short, and she just looked over at me because I was next. She was like, I'm sorry, dude. And then brought me up. And when the show was over, this lady who was drunk comes up to me, and she was like, I really like the first lady. I like the guy after you. But I didn't really like you that much. It's like
so
to my face.
Honest.
Yeah, and I which I appreciate it. And I was like, that's fine.
Okay.
I was like,
I appreciate it, but like, you don't have to.
It made me laugh though. It did make me. I was like, okay.
I do feel like, I mean, not to like gender things, but like, I do feel like people are more brutal with their feedback toward. Like, I feel like I've never had someone come up to me and be like, I don't like you, and I don't know.
Yeah. Well, also, I mean, maybe you haven't. I don't know. I think also it wasn't a good set. Like it was in front of. That good. Well, it was multiple. There was 10 people in a big room. I was trying to fill 20 something minutes, and there was nothing to. I mean, I did my material, but there was nobody there. There was no energy. So it's like a set that will usually last that long.
Yeah,
is like way shorter because there's nobody laughing or interacting whatsoever. Mm-hmm. So it was really just me talking to a room of tables and chairs. With some people in the back.
It's like any open mic.
Yeah, basically.
Oh my gosh. There was at the open mic at Dubliner last night, there was at the end, the host was like, just letting random people come up and just rapid fire at the end. If you wanted.
Was there a crowd?
Yeah, there was a crowd at the end.
Really?
Yeah, there was a crowd.
So
she was just letting people come back up, and this guy who'd never done comedy before, he just hopped on stage, riffed 5 minutes, was crowd working. It had his full Matt Rife moment, and I was like, oh my God, I've never.
This is how it happens.
I was like, I don't know.
It was funny?
Debatable.
Okay.
But for the first time.
But it was confident.
That's really, that's a big part of it.
That's honestly, if you.
I think if you start out confident and you're not funny, then you're not going anywhere. You got to be unconfident.
I got to be insecure.
And not funny.
And
maybe. I have a counter argument to that, is because I feel like I come off very confident on stage, and it's just because my mentality is like, this is just the way you have to be. Like, I have to pretend like I've done this before.
Because it's
for
like
people to pay attention.
You have to like. I feel like you just need to reassure the audience like it's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
like we're gonna be okay.
Like I'm comfortable. You guys can get comfortable.
Yeah, like it's, if you look like you don't know, like when I am watching someone and they don't look like they know the next word that's gonna come out of their mouth. Yeah, I'm like, I can't. Like I'm stressed.
Or when they hit you with the what's next?
Oh my god! Like, I saw that. How much time is left? That's most open mics, or like or if they start their time and they do like 2 minutes and they're like, wow, I blew through that. I'm like, oh no.
Uh-oh.
You better start pulling out of a hat. But I wanted to try doing this thing on the podcast. It's not an original idea. I've had other comedians tell me that I should try doing it. But I want to talk about joke ideas that you've had that maybe haven't worked, that you've been working on, or maybe newer stuff that you're trying to flesh out that just isn't there yet.
Yeah.
Flesh it out together right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it'd be fun.
A little workshop.
Again, not an OG idea. I've seen it done many times.
I've never seen this done at all.
Really?
No.
It's fun.
Completely original.
Or we are in a sketch group together.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Cheeks. I think that's the name
we
decided on.
That's the unofficial. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm waiting on some marketing stuff, but
yeah, no, I'm pretty sure we landed on Cheeks.
I'm good with Cheeks.
So even sketch ideas too that you've had that have been. I feel like we've rejected so many sketch.
Yeah, we just throw them out there and then
nothing happens. I'll get the ball rolling. Last night. All right, it was at the mic, and Carter Heights was on his phone. It was dead silent. There was no one around him, but he just kept laughing at his phone. But like I don't know why each laugh just progressively was getting more obnoxious.
That's a sketch idea we had, right?
That's what Lauren said the same thing. She was like, I pitched that idea, no one liked it.
No, I said I liked it.
No, she was like, if you pitch it and they like it, she was like, I'm claiming homophobia. And I was like, but I'm like, I don't know what the punchline of that would be, but I do think the idea of just someone just like, are you laughing for the attention because you want someone to ask you about what you're seeing?
I do remember this.
Like,
yeah.
No, I like this idea. I think
so too. I thought it was fun. I don't remember shooting it down.
Yeah, so I feel like
I thought it was all right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I also think she wants to be a victim.
Freaking lesbians.
There's one thing about Lauren.
She's touchy ass. She gets sensitive.
It's all right.
Piss someone else off now.
But
hey, dude, we came here to take shots as well.
No,
I have a idea that I've been throwing around on stage that I don't know where to go with it, and this might just be like a lack of my ability to write. But the idea is, I talk about high thoughts, like hot thoughts when you're high, and then I talk about how humans are the only animal whose bones are found in a box.
Yeah.
And then where I go with it from there is like, we think highly of ourselves type of thing, but I don't really know. Like, the idea itself, I think is funny. Like, every time I say that, it gets a laugh, but I'm kind of lost as to where to take it, because I don't know if I want to do a whole bit. I tried doing an entire bit about, I don't know, bones and people from different countries and what type of boxes they would use. And
that's an interesting angle.
I've buried plenty of animals in boxes.
That's fair. Yeah. I guess, that's the other thing. It's not.
And to boil it down to bones and boxes, let me just have an existential crisis real quick. Okay, do you remember the examples of?
I think like the main one was Americans would be a to-go box.
That's funny, like a styrofoam.
Yeah, and then I would need like two. Yeah. Or like, ironically, a Chinese to-go box, like a little folding one.
That's funny. No, I like that. I think I see.
We're the only animals that can have the last wish.
I don't. Maybe.
What would a dog wish for?
I don't know. Not to die.
And they shouldn't have to.
They shouldn't.
That's
dude.
So
save all dogs.
Dude, if anyone's going to heaven, it should be dogs.
I think they get the free pass.
Some of them.
I hope so.
I don't think a dog has to work its way
You think all dogs should go to heaven?
I think dogs.
Some pretty shitty dogs.
If you believe in reincarnation, I think dogs is right below human. I think if you do really good in all the other lives, you work your way up to becoming a dog. Pretty good. A dog in America, if you're fucking really good. And then you become a human.
No, actually, I think about even like my dog, my golden doodle, like has such a good life.
Yeah.
So like pampered and taken care of.
So easy.
Like, oh, I would just kill to be that. And, like, just no thoughts either. Like, you look in his eyes and it's just, there's nothing. Nothing.
Dude, my dog has anxiety. It makes me feel bad.
When you see a dog that...
so funny to me, though.
You know there's thoughts going on. You relate to him.
Dude,
I'm worried about it too, buddy.
She's drawing conclusions. You know what I mean? She's worried about tomorrow. I don't know what her deal is.
She's worried about tomorrow.
I don't understand it. Like it's like what you're saying. She's got a great life. You know what I mean? Like, you could be outside all the time in the heat.
Yeah.
With your thick ass coat.
Literally.
But you're in the AC, sleeping on my bed.
I do wish there was like a. I don't know how to word this. I want to say dog simulator, but like I want to know how they process time.
They see life in like 120 or less frame rates than we do. So that's why dogs can react. So dogs and cats, they see it in a lesser frame rate.
Oh wow!
So everything is kind of like you ever
more choppy.
That's so
like
interesting.
Almost like PowerPoints, like a little bit,
like those CCTV.
Like when they see a ball flying in there, they see it like different frames.
Wow, that's so neat.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Because I'm like, I was thinking more along the lines of like if I leave dog at home and I come back and did that feel like a year to them?
No, literally.
Like,
imagine you're just like sitting here and like every
well now I feel terrible.
No, I'm like, no wonder they have anxiety. They're like, my owner is off to war again. Yeah.
Imagine you're sitting there and it's like every 24 seconds you see a different image.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
Every 24.
I don't know.
I'm not a vet, so don't quote me on any of this.
Yeah, I don't know if that's accurate, but I think that
I'm in the ballpark.
You said it with confidence. I believe you. I'm not asking questions.
That's really all you need.
You don't have to cite your sources.
Somebody will repeat it.
Yeah,
that's right. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
I'm Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Gosh, we got off topic, but it's fine. Did you?
The bits. Yeah. You have anything?
I've been working on one that like I don't know if it's funny enough to do, but like. I guess like it's literally happened. I was at Omaha 2 years ago, and there was like wildfire smoke coming through. Yeah. And there was a guy smoking a cigarette, and he says, "Wow, this stuff's really bad for our lungs." Like that actually happened, but I've been trying to do it as a bit. But it's so ironic.
As there's smoke in the air.
He's smoking a cigarette, and then he's worried about the smoke in the air.
Yeah.
So I've been like trying to like find a way to like make that funnier than like it's kind of just like that's a stupid thing.
He's a fake smoker.
Yeah.
I identify. When it comes to cigarettes.
Fake smoker?
You don't inhale?
Meaning what? You don't inhale?
Okay, when I'm smoking, if I was smoking weed, but like when it comes to a cigarette, I just like I don't know, I don't let it go. It's for the aesthetic. I like the cigarette in my hand.
Wow.
I feel that.
I'm never getting cigarettes from either of you. You're like, you're not even going to smoke it. But it's because like, it hurts.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, just get cancer. Like you got to.
Yeah, now you're just gonna get mouth cancer.
Yeah,
you might as well get it all.
Imagine that'd be hilarious. If they're like,
oh my gosh, embarrassing.
I've smoked for 30 years, but I've never inhaled.
I had a friend that would smoke cigarettes the way you smoke a joint. Like you know how you take a hit and like people will do like the little puff thing where it comes out and it goes back in. He'll do that with cigarettes. I'm like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? That also sounds painful.
You're trying hard. Like cigarettes are already cool. You don't need to do the tricks. You know what I mean?
Do a little French inhale.
Oh my god. Okay, when I was like in my vape era, it was just like my phone.
That's when I wish I met you. Vape era Joslyne, blowing serious clouds.
It was during COVID. I had nothing better to do except like do vape tricks and take videos of it.
You're getting like the 0% stuff too.
What is that?
Like you can get vape juice that doesn't have any nicotine.
Oh,
just so you can blow over.
I probably needed that. I was getting nauseous as hell. Like I remember, I was literally bent
inhaling
over.
then.
Yeah. Actually, I do kind of vaping. Like is so satisfying. I don't do it, but it's the feel of it feels good.
I relapsed for this podcast.
Yeah.
I need some energy.
I don't know. I don't mess with nicotine really. I tried it. I tried the pouches, like the little like packets or whatever.
Yeah.
I threw up.
Yes. No, I was the first time I was like in New Mexico and I was drunk and I think I grabbed like 2 pouches, stuck them, yacked immediately. It was very bad. And every time I see, because that's like a very Midwest thing too. Like there's so many people that use those.
People that straight up dip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I used to work I used to be a mechanic, and that's when the last shop I worked at was when I tried the packets, and I remember it was like, we didn't have AC, so it's like 100 degrees in the shop. It's in the summer. We got fans going, but it's not really doing anything.
Yeah.
And I felt tired, and what I probably should have done was drink water, but instead I was like, oh, I know, I have nicotine. That'll help because it gives you energy is what I thought. So I put 2 mango flavored pouches, and like I threw up immediately. Like 5 minutes went by, and I was dizzy, and I threw up.
It's not a good feel. Like I don't even know what the good feeling. I don't think I've ever had like a good Nick, but
that's the weird thing about it is like it makes you feel like shit, but you kind of like it.
No, that's actually mental illness. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's Stockholm syndrome. Yeah.
Like I was trying to quit nicotine and I got that again. I'm like, ooh, I'm back. Like, oh no!
Didn't you start doing a bit about quitting nicotine? Or okay, never mind. Maybe
no. I've tried. So I don't know.
What is it? The bit. Okay, never mind.
I don't know.
I swear. Okay, maybe I feel like I always imagine bits that you do at mics. Maybe I should.
No, maybe I have. I've tried different stuff about cigarettes and nicotine and vapes and all this stuff. But then like I see so many other people do it. It's like, is this worth? Is this funny enough?
I hate that. That's a good feeling, but it's also like a tricky one because like you think that and it helps you not be a hack, right?
Yeah.
Like it helps you not do stuff that's already been done, but also maybe you're gonna do it better. You know what I mean? Like maybe you can do it better. Like it's not impossible for you. I don't know. I struggle with that in my head as well.
Just when you're at an open mic and you see someone do a bit that's similar, and like theirs isn't that funny, you're like, but it's like a similar idea. Or like,
you don't want to.
It doesn't look as good.
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel like there's like certain topics that I'm like, I talk about that I'm like, it's just so unoriginal. Like I've talked about it, but the joke that I've been working on is the first time I ever got caught watching porn.
Oh yeah.
And I just like even like bringing up porn and comedy, I feel like is so. I hate doing it.
It's been done.
I'm like I feel like the story it has potential to be funny enough. For like people that aren't listening, the story goes I was I don't know how old I was. I was young, probably like 10, and had an iPod Touch and was researching.
The death of us all.
You know, dude, my downfall.
Dude, Wi-Fi killed us.
Limitless access to anything.
Anything. Oh my gosh.
At 11 years old is when I got mine. It's like, this is
so much. And I had it wasn't a laptop. It was like, I think it was like a netbook. Do you know what a netbook? Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, it was like something like that. And I remember, okay, before I get into the story about the porn, there was one time where I was like, I just wanted to see what a penis looked like. And I went, I went on my netbook and I just was like, penis. And a bunch of pictures came up and then my laptop died. And I was like, I'm terrified. Like, I've never had a panic attack worse because I was like, the image, that's the first thing that's going to pop up on this laptop. What if like my mom comes in and is like, give me your laptop?
I would have assumed like a virus or something.
Yeah.
That's what I was scared of. I was like, I'm going to go to this site and it's going to like get on my phone and my mom's going to find out.
I never like, they never went through like my search history, so I never had problems with, I mean, I guess they knew because they found out that I was watching porn. But the iPod Touch I got, and then the video was, it started with a massage, and I fell asleep during the massage part.
It did its job.
Yeah, I just, and then, yeah, it was really embarrassing. My dad came in and took the phone and was like, what is this? But of course, in a way more stern.
Right.
Yeah.
What is this?
And he woke you up?
Yeah, and then just took the phone and left.
Did you follow him?
No. I was like, I'm supposed to just sleep after? Like, that was, It's more terrifying knowing that there's a conversation coming the next day instead of just like we're gonna have the conversation.
Can we just talk about this now?
I'm like, hold on,
so I can sleep.
I know, and also like didn't have a chance to like. Was there anything else on the iPod Touch? Like, obviously they're gonna go through the yeah. It was a whole thing.
Those are the moments you contemplate ending it. You know, you're like,
it's just too much.
What's
it's
it?
Too much
is it worth it? I'm gonna be so embarrassed tomorrow. Should I just die?
Oh my god! Yeah. Literally, it sucks.
I remember one time, my mom was real strict when I was a kid, and because we were religious, and I remember I wasn't supposed to have a phone. Like I had.
How old are you?
I was in high school. I think I was like a sophomore in high school.
Yikes.
I know. Yeah. Anyways. But I had a phone, didn't have service, but we had Wi-Fi, you know, so we were making it happen. But I was talking to some girl, and I wasn't supposed to be, you know, and so I was hiding it. I was like being sneaky about it, and I had this phone, and she had no idea that I even had a phone. But then we did the whole talk on the phone, fall asleep on the phone.
No.
Yeah, dude. No. Woke up the next day with like a phone print on my face and no phone anywhere to be. I like was like freaking out. She didn't even say anything to me. She just came in, found it, probably took it, and then I woke up and it was gone. And I was like looking under my bed. I was like, oh man, she's got it. So now I'm just sitting in my room like,
do I go out? Yeah,
I'm on the 3rd floor. You know, like, do we just make an exit down the window or what? Yeah, it was tough.
Having a resurgence of anxiety during those times, because I remember like. When I was like, this is bad. When I was not bad, but like when I was like a freshman in high school, I was talking to this senior, and but we were texting, and I remember my mom finding my phone and being like, "What the hell? What is this?" And the fear and anxiety from that was.
Did she know he was a senior?
Oh yeah, she was friends with like his family.
Oh,
which I'm like, what did you expect to happen? Like.
Don't bring me around testosterone at this impressionable age. I'm going to want that.
So embarrassing. This is a random story that I just thought of. Because it was like, I was talking about how I like searched up penis on my laptop. But that was not the first time. What led to me doing that was that I used to be on. Did you guys have Skype or like use Skype a lot?
Never really used it. No.
When I was young, that was like how me and my friends we would Skype. But I don't remember what happened. This random stranger like added me and my friend on Skype and would Skype both of us. He was from another country. Nice. And was definitely a pedophile. And but for some reason we knew it was wrong that we were Skyping him, but we thought it was so funny. And then like during one of the, like he's literally trying to traffic us and we're like, during one of the Skype calls, pulls out the penis, lowers the camera. Oh. And that was my first, I think we were like in 3rd grade and we were like,
no.
I know it. Yeah.
Oh, damn it. This is so much sadder now.
I want to cry.
No, okay. Yeah. No, it's funny now because like I'm still like really good friends with the girl.
Say with the guy. No.
Yeah, we catch up all the time.
Yeah, you know, right
like,
guy,
we're cool.
Man.
Like we've been able to maintain a relationship. No, with the girl, but at the time we just thought it was funny. Like we were like, this is so funny. Like what is he doing?
It's funny from like
from a 3rd grader's perspective. It's funny, but like now we're like, what the fuck,
yeah,
bro?
It's crazy,
bro. That's crazy. Yeah,
that's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
It's like no one should have internet access till they're 18.
Oh, well, for sure.
People still don't even understand, I feel like, what the internet is. Like, even our parents right now don't understand the depths you can go and, like, the things you can find and all that. Like,
you can just go on Reddit. You can find literally whatever you want.
I was going to bring up Reddit.
Literally anything is on Reddit.
I was watching a thing the other day on YouTube about conspiracy theories, and it was talking about how there's, like, different sections of the internet. Like, they divide it onto certain things, and it's like, in this tier is where 90% of the things you know happen. It's iceberg? Like Instagram, an iceberg. It's like Instagram, all those things, you know, Amazon, it's right here. And then you have the deep web, which is like where governments hide their files and they're encrypted and all that. And then you have like the dark web, and it's like talking about all the things you can find. And it's pretty crazy, but like you don't, as a kid, you were just like, you were like, let's see what you can find. You know what I mean? Like you were like, I don't know what to do. Like, I didn't even know how to use it. Yeah. I remember being like cool math games.
Yes.
And that was like my go-to.
Oh, that's innocent.
And porn.
Yes.
When I first got my iPod Touch, I was so innocent that instead of looking up porn, I would just read Wikipedia articles about porn and look up like Victoria's Secret website. Like I can't look at nudity, but
I can read about it.
I can read about it.
You said articles about people reviewing.
It's like look up lesbians on Wikipedia. Just like
just like
it's like definitions of what.
Literally just read. Yeah. They have like pictures of like old paintings from like ancient Greece.
Oh, I gotcha.
Wait, that's really funny.
The thick white ladies with the titties out.
Yeah, exactly.
And the robes.
Sculptures from Africa. Curvy.
They had something right, dude.
Sculptures.
They had something right, I think. Those Renaissance paintings. Those are desirable women, I think.
Yeah,
very body positive.
Yeah.
We went backwards.
We did. Get rid of Playboy magazine.
Give me some love handles, you know?
This is I hear Grace laughing. she's on board.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
No, we love the body positivity in our pornography. It's not porn, it's art.
Inclusive.
It's art, yeah,
It's
exactly.
art.
It is
Sorry.
art. And those are artists.
Give me a boner at 11 years old.
That's an art, dude.
I will say, I think it was like my sexual awakening was the Katy Perry. I think it was the California Girls music video.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Kiss the Girl.
Kiss the Girl.
Oh, no, that would make sense. No, it was her music video for...
With Snoop Dogg?
With Snoop Dogg. I don't remember what she was wearing, but I think there was something about it where I was like, whoa. Feeling things. All right, did I make
Rihanna's Umbrella music video.
Oh!
That was my...
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
What's the one? Is that the one with Drake?
No,
what's the one?
He's Jay-Z. Jay-Z's in
What's
that
the
song.
one with the square root of 69 is 4 something?
Hold on. Oh my gosh.
What's that song?
Oh, damn.
That's the song that I remember hearing, and I was like, oh, they're talking about sex.
Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. I'm mad I can't think of this. But I know what you're talking about.
I remember thinking, like, on that same topic of, like, TV and, like, sexuality. I remember seeing... Like, in Hispanic culture, it's very, like, you have to... What's my name? That's what it is.
Oh!
Good job, Grace. That was quick.
Grace!
Shout out, Grace. The real MVP.
I got you.
I love you. Wow. That honestly
What did you type to search it?
Okay, now, while you're on Google...
Root of 69
8 something. I said
Hey, I
4
got
something.
it, though.
Hell yeah.
I heard you go with them soft lips.
Oh,
We just start doing karaoke.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
I called Drake's part. I
didn't realize this song was so sexual.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
I didn't
Right over my head.
So funny.
We missed
I
out.
didn't mention this on Wikipedia.
I was like, when did this song come out?
Ooh, 2007?
The first comment, needed this for my homework. Thank you. I love reading the comments on YouTube
Somebody
videos.
doing a book report on the song.
History of Drizzy. Comment number 7. Okay, sorry. I love YouTube comments. They're very unhinged.
That's funny.
What were we saying?
Oh, I was talking about TV.
Oh, yeah.
I just remember being a kid and like seeing the Hispanic culture is very like conservative. You know, like they're like nothing openly sexual. Everybody when I was a kid hated reggaeton. Like Daddy Yankee, all that was bad. It was like devil music because it was about sex.
Yeah.
You know? And but at the same time, you go on any like Telemundo or any of them, and their weather ladies are wearing hardly any clothes.
Yeah.
Or,
Like everybody is just overly
Yeah.
sexual. Everything. It's
Yeah.
like, well, what are you telling me though?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
That's like the music my mom used to listen to, like hair metal was like very sexual and like pour some sugar on me, you know,
Yes.
hot candle wax.
cherry pie.
I know.
Yeah.
There's so many songs that like I really jammed out to. Like even like I just so young. Like I loved Kesha so much. And then sometimes I'm just like listening, I'm like, damn, I was so young. I was so young. That's crazy.
But with those songs, especially with like pop, I feel like a lot of it is more of, I mean, as funny as it sounds, but it is just like a vibe. You know, like
is.
you're listening
just
to
so
it, and it's like
good.
The
this
lyrics don't mean anything.
This feels
Yeah.
good when I'm driving in my car with the windows down.
Yes.
It's
Exactly.
what it is.
I agree. We are getting down to our final minutes on the podcast.
We did it.
Woo.
So sad.
This was really fun. I know, so sad.
Let's do 2 hours. Come on.
Let's go. Let's do it. No. But no, but this is a good time if you guys want to plug stuff. As far these episodes come out on Friday. So if you want to plug shows, your social media, etc., etc.
Yeah, I mean, follow me on Instagram, Noe Ramirez Comedy. I will be, I don't know, anywhere anybody will be at, honestly. I mean, I'll be in Omaha for the rest of my life. No. You said it comes out Friday.
Yes, which I don't know what day Friday is, but...
September 9th, I'm going to be at Brick House in Hastings.
Ooh.
And then September 22nd, I'll be in the middle of nowhere, Nebraska. I don't even know what it's called. It's like something township, so, don't really need to go there. But.
Yeah, check me out on... My name sucks to spell, so just look up Longfellow Comedy. It's my brand or whatever I'm trying to do. I don't know. I do a show every third Thursday at Zipline Brewing in downtown Omaha. Every third Thursday. Next one is September 21st. We have Rachel headlining this one. Going to be a killer show. Last one was a great turnout, so come on out.
Yeah, I also do a monthly show at Emmett's Tavern in Omaha. Tuesdays, today. If you're there, if you're in Omaha, come to the open mic if you want to.
Yeah, we need people at that one.
God, it's bad.
Yeah. And before we wrap up, I did see that we have a question.
Oh, nice.
We do. Well, there's a couple, but there's one that I think that we should end on. Do you have an inspirational quote, saying, or mantra that you live by?
Begin again and compare and despair are my two.
Whoa, that was actually really good.
Thank you.
Begin again, compare. Wait, what was the second one?
Compare and despair. Like, don't compare yourself to others, whether good or bad. Be like, oh, I'm better than that person or I'm worse than that person. Just or where you would need to be.
I don't know who said it, but I heard it one time and I repeated it a lot, which is tough times don't last, tough people do. And that's what I tell myself at night.
Those were fire, honestly, answers. I was not expecting. I'm not even gonna lie. I've got nothing. Like, yeah.
Fuck bitches, get money.
Yeah. No, you guys were so. It was very poetic. I was like, Lord,
Square
I
root
have
of 69 is.
Okay, that's a good place to end, I think.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Grace, as always.
Shout out, Grace.
Shout out to Grace.
Do you want me to play you guys out?
Yes,
Yeah.
Nah.
please. Yes.
What's my name?